Hello and welcome to another S.H.Figuarts review. I got this from the same seller that I got Hercules and Kamen Rider Wizard Land Form, a Facebook seller in the Hong Kong Facebook trading page. Not gonna say how much it costs because I just want to keep that private to him in case, you know, for whatever reason. And yeah, this one is the second-hand one. The other two were new, but this one's already been opened. But the insides were still pretty much new. The box is a little bit worn, but that's totally fine. I care about the figure, not the box itself. And here's the top look at it, and here's just opening this up, same style as all the other Ryuki base Figuarts. And on the back you got the swing vent, idle vent, and no final vent because that creature is bundled with the giant rhino and the snake for Ogre. And Ogre is bloody expensive. So is that beast, so is the green beast, so is the Rhino Rider, forget his name. It's just... It was cheap when it first came out, but not many people ordered it, so the stock was very low, and therefore it's really expensive. So if you're gonna collect all the Ryuki Riders, this is one of the cheap ones. This is probably the cheapest Ryuki Rider. Here's the instruction sheet. As always, when you want to take a closer look at the box art, photos of the instruction sheet right here, as well as photo shoot of the figure, please feel free to head over to the Facebook or Flickr link in the video description below. And here is the box. Do be careful because of course you've got 4 cards in there, which I've the seller sellotaped them to there, but I didn't really want to keep a dirty piece of sellotape in here, so I'm going to put them in here. When the figure is out, they're going to go in the centers to be even safer. So, of course, this was new. I imagine these cards would be in a little baggie to sellotape to the back like they usually are. Because unless these boxes have a little tray area, which they have space here, they should have done that. It's in the bag, taped to the back. So, open this up. Oh, now it's a big flick. And of course, do beware of static energy you might get with these plastic trays. Where do all the cards go? So I've placed the cards to the side at the moment, but as soon as I open the box, they bounce into there, and there. So bloody hell. So apart from the fist already on the figure, we have the head whip, which you have to attach there. They didn't attach the body to save space, of course, and I guess make it less likely to break. We have his main advent device, which opens and closes to put the card in there, and his sword, which has 1, 2, and 3 articulation ball joints. So it's not a sword, more like a whip, but it's not as whippy as I like it to be. It doesn't rotate anything, so so it's more like a floppy spear. Yeah. So apart from the fist already on him, he has this hand here, which is like that. It's used to hold his device. Relax hands, spray open hands, and of course the sword whip thing holding hands. And I'm glad he has all these different hands, like even though he only holds that item on one side of him, both sides of the hands have that, because let's face it, all the Ryuki Riders, aside from the armor and the helmet, they all use the exact same mold, which gives them, Bandai, no excuse to not sort of jam all of these releases with a bunch of hands, because all of them have the same parts. They just need to remold the same release that they did for, you know, Knight, Ryuki, Ryuga, whatever. So, and that's also a good thing about these is if you lose any of these hands, you can just get Knight and just put the hand on. You know, you don't have to get another Raia for a specific hand, so that's great. For example, you know, this hand for holding that item, that's the same as Ryuki's hand when he's holding his, you know, his dragon gauntlet thing on his arm. So that's cool. So here's a closer look at the cards. You got, let's see, Advent, Strike Vent, Final Vent, and Sword Vent, I believe. And yeah, these cards look pretty good, just like the Ryuki cards. They're all, you know, printed, but they have a little plastic laminated effect going on, so it does protect them from wear and tear. But you see, after a while, they do like fold a little bit, but that's natural for all kind of paper products, really. So let's go through articulation with this guy. For this to do it properly, I'm gonna have to put some accessories on him because that's how most people are gonna have him. So just remove his hands. Come on, yeah, these come off easily. Let's see, this side, pop this hand on. Why am I doing this? Because, well, let's put this on him. He always has this with him anyways, so no reason why not to. Let's see how hard this is to get on. Come on, fit that hand in there. Come on. Oh, there we go. Fingers in. No, he's holding it then. Let's not forget to attach this to the back of his head. So plug that in. This might tickle a little. Oh, that feels very good. That moves very nicely. So, oh yeah, give him this other hand. He'll be holding his sword for the rest of his time on my display. Come on. Plug. Yeah. Come on. It's a bit tight. That's what she said. Come on. Come on. Ah, there we go. That was really tight. That's what I'm not saying again. Okay, so yeah, well, this is a little whip thing which does have articulation on it, but let's hold. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, shoulder pads, come back down. Alright, so there he is. Now we can do the articulation properly for this guy at least. Are those compound eyes? No, these eyes are just painted on. There's no compound effect going on. Shame. So yeah, double neck joint. So head goes down, head goes up. So double ball joints going on sideways. So, ooh, that goes really sideways. Like he broke his neck. You guys. No, that's not how he dies in the show. No spoilers here. Shoulder pads go woo with like little wings. We got the shoulder thing going on here. Oh, this is stuck. Come on. Come on. Ow. Come on. This is really... Am I getting this one? Does it not move? Does it not rotate? No. Rotates down there. Because there's a joint there, but what am I doing wrong? Oh, right. The shield piece here is attached to the upper shoulder, so the rotation is... I'm just trying to twist the whole shoulder, I was breaking it. No, you want to twist the lower arm there, so that rotates down there. So, there we go. Arm goes up and goes full rotation around the body. And you got another articulation here, you got a slight rotation here with this shoulder pad thing. The part of the design was mostly for Ryuki because he's got a lot of attachments, especially when he's in survive form. So you want some articulation there, just a little bit of rotation. Doesn't look like it wants to, but it rotates, probably because of the peg that they've used. It's just a round peg. It got the hands on a little ball joint that's on a little swiveling peg. And of course, you got slight articulation here, if you want to call it that, to a little slot there to put the card in. Adovento. And you got the hair tailpiece there, you got the two ball pegs going on, so and then you have the double. Oh, bloody hell, this guy's sharp. Be careful. Got a double torso joint, so lots of rotation there. The belt is loose, and of course the advent deck comes out if you need it to. And just plug it back in there. It doesn't fall out or anything, that's good. Double elbow joint, of course. Very good. And the leg goes up, leg goes back, and then leg goes up. Hey, can he do a perfect split? Almost. So there you go. So double knee joint, which does look a little bit weird on the side. Oh well. And they got the die-cast feet because it's an older Figuarts, and toe goes 90 degrees up, straight up. And because foot goes sideways inwards, but not really sideways outwards. Doesn't really want to go out. And foot up, foot back, and of course has a little logo, a little sort of design going on down there. Zoom in on that. Feet zoom. So, being an older Figuarts is nice to have a little refresher on how they used to be. Their upsides and downsides being older Figuarts. First of all, on the merits of this figure on itself, this is one of the earlier Figuarts that did have the belt not being attached to anything else. I think that's really good. Like I said, I can swap these loose belts, unplug the torso, remove the belt, and stick like the Decker driver on there. Then I can have Kamen Rider Decade as Kamen Rider Raia. That's definitely a good thing. So I like that a lot. And I was
when I got Ryuki like 2 years ago, I was quite pleased when I discovered that, hey, this belt's not attached. I was really happy, and I was eagerly waiting for a Kamen Rider Decade figure that had a Deca belt that could come off him, and of course eventually we got one. Plus sides on this figure as well for its time is that it has die-cast feet, which makes them much easier to pose. It is really annoying standing newer Figuarts and they don't have die-cast feet. It's just not as easy to pose them around. I do get that the cost for having die-cast feet is higher than plastic feet, but hey, come on Bandai, don't be so stingy. I was just reviewing Kamen Rider Amazon Omega, and he was rotating on this stage that you see in front of you, and he just fell off. I was like, oh, if only he had die-cast feet, that wouldn't be a problem. The accessory count on this guy is also pretty good. For back then, they seem to be around the golden age of Figuarts where they really give you a lot of stuff. These days, some Figuarts still have a lot of accessories, but more often than not, Bandai seems to cheap out on us a little bit, and it's quite annoying. But during this year, when Ryuki stuff was being released, they didn't seem to do that as much, so I'm really glad. He's got the shield, the sword, and of course, yeah, he doesn't have his Advent Beast, but that's been packaged with the giant Advent Beast package, along with Olga and the Rhino Advent creature, and that box is very expensive. If anyone wants to be on my good side, please give me that. Or, you know, sell it to me at a super cheap price. Thanks in advance if anyone does that. One downside to it being an older Figuarts is that the shoulder pads do not have his hinge hidden. That means that the design of the suit is affected. If you look at it from the top of the figure, you can see the shoulder pad has a ugly black hinge. The hinge is not even colored, you know, in his sort of pink color, so it's not hidden at all, and it's quite distracting under certain you know, camera angles. But aside from that, this figure looks really good. Being a Ryuki Figuarts, back when I reviewed the original Ryuki figure, I got really annoyed because all of his jacks on the body, the silver circle bits, they keep popping off and falling off at really annoying places. The dragon was hard to pose. It was just frustrating, but the other riders do not have this issue because those circle bits are actually permanently glued on to the figure. Because in the show, they never used those vents to connect to anything, unlike Ryuki, who connected with a lot of stuff. Now, of course, that is a missed opportunity to swapping out bits and letting other Kamen Riders, you know, attach Ryuki's accessories. But they weren't thinking that back then. It wasn't a gimmick where people would swap arms and stuff. Who knew back then that would be a big thing? I just watched Kamen Rider X8 episode, and they had the Dragon Hunter thing, which you know, had like multiple arms on different figures as well. But back to this figure. This figure is relatively cheap right now. It is really cheap. If you like the design of this guy, you like Ryuki in general and don't mind picking up a cheap Figuarts, or you know, you have a Kamen Rider fan as a friend fan, and you know he likes Kamen Rider, but he, you know, maybe he only has the main riders. This is still a nice addition because of how cheap he is, and yet he is very good quality. It's definitely a nice figure to have around. It's not one of those figures that you instantly think, I'm gonna go pick up Kamen Rider Raia, because he's not a main rider, he's not in that many episodes, but he is a, you know, heroic character. The suit design is pretty nice, pretty unique as well, and for such a low price that he's going for right now, it's pretty hard to say no to this guy. I've been intending to pick this guy up for a while now. I just never came around to it. I was like, oh, okay, finally I'll pick him up, and I'm very glad that I did. So definitely check this guy out if you're a fan of Ryuki or, well, Dragon Knight. I think his character played a little bit of a bigger role in the Dragon Knight series, so definitely check that out. If you found this video enjoyable, useful, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, or leaving a comment below on how you feel about this Figuarts. And hey, what do you think's better, Dragon Knight or Kamen Rider Ryuki? I personally think the story to Dragon Knight is actually better, but the pacing for Ryuki is much nicer. The Americans just don't quite get how to build up a final attack like the Japanese do. And as always, hopefully you can check out my other videos on Figuarts, on Kamen Rider, Sentai, DC, Marvel, Aliens, Predator, etc. Hopefully with ad block turned off. I'd appreciate that so much, because with the ad block on I won't be able to do these videos anymore. You can also support me on Patreon if you think I deserve to grow this channel. I am doing animation on Digger318 channel. Hopefully you can check that out too. I did a Figuarts animation of Darth Vader vs Kamen Rider Black. And as always, you don't have to do any of that. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.